Today I'm going to go over with you guys what a Necramech is, okay? This video will be separated into multiple sections. There will be time codes in the description below if you want to skip to that section. But without further ado, this is a Necramech, okay? There are currently, as of making this video, 2 Necramechs in the game, but there could very well be more from when you're watching this, depending on when you're watching this. This is the Necramech's weapon, which the Necramech can actually hold any arc gun, okay? So arc guns are what the Necramech has and can hold, in case you were curious what kind of weapons they use. So as you can see, arc gun right there for the Necramech. Now, as for what Necramechs are exactly, you don't gain access to them until you get to the area demos. I'll show you guys in a moment, but essentially they have abilities just like Warframes do. Each Necramech has its own set of 4 abilities, and furthermore they all have different mods. Yes, there are Necramech mods that you can put on the Necramechs. As you can see, instead of the standard 8, you can put 12 mods on a Necramech. Now, the trade-off would be, as of making this video, you cannot put arcanes on Necramechs. That would be mostly the trade-off. And it's worth noting that at the time, Necramechs can technically get to rank 40, whereas Warframes can only get to rank 30, but you do have to format a Necramech at least 5 times in order to get to rank 40 at this time. So as you can see, functionally they operate similar to how Warframes operate. They have their appearance screen, their abilities. They do not have passives, however. Warframes have passives, but they typically do not. But like I said, they each have their different ability. Now, I did mention Deimos being the place where you get your Necramech. So that's on the star chart, and if we go look at the whole star chart, you will see Deimos. Particularly the first time you go to the Cambodian Drift, you will be greeted with someone that gives you a quest, and then you guys fulfill that quest. It's a whole mission type. Once you complete that mission, you will then be able to get your very own Necramech. And that mission is called Heart of Deimos. Yes, that is the mission that you will need to complete. It's the mission that will introduce you to the idea of Necramechs existing. Now, there are 2 ways to get Necramechs. Maybe more in the future, but the 2 known ways right now are, first of all, you can buy Necramechs from the in-game market for platinum, if you so wish. And then the second way, we would have to go to Deimos for, particularly this is normally the Necramech, but at the time of recording this, it is Halloween in Warframe. So what you want to do is click on the Necramech and go to the Necramech. Once you get to the Necramech, you will want to fast travel to Lloyd. Okay, Lloyd is how you're going to get your whole Necramech. Okay, you'll have to go into operator or drifter mode. Both of them work. Go through a secret area that only appears when you're either the operator or the drifter. Both will work out just fine. And then, of course, you can find Lloyd. Alternatively, if you want to do this quicker, go into operator or drifter mode before you fast travel, and it should take you straight to Lloyd. So click on Lloyd, click on browser wares. Okay, this is where you can buy all the Necramech stuff you need. Most of the mods you can buy from here. You can buy different stuff, but most importantly, this is how you get most of the Necramech mods, as well as the Necramechs blueprints and whatnot, so you can build a Necramech yourself, because that's what you're here for, right? You want to build your very own Necramech. Now, in order to get standing with Lloyd, you click on standing, and I already have max standing with him. But in order to get standing with him, you trade parts that drop from Necramechs that you find in the wild. Where in the wild, you ask? Well, that is simple. Just go to fast travel. Bear with me, I know this can be a bit annoying to go back and forth. Go to Mother, hit Bounties, and then you want to go to one of these bottom here. Isolation Vault. That is where you encounter the Necramechs in the wild, the rogue Necramechs that they are. And that's how you do that. Now, as soon as you finish crafting your Necramech, before you go out on an adventure to use it, make sure you go to your gear slot items, okay? And make sure you select the Necramech summon gear slot. You should have access to it once you have your very first Necramech in your inventory. So just make sure it's somewhere on your gear wheel, okay? And then as soon as it is on your gear wheel, you actually are good to go with that. Now you could summon your Necramech in any mission that you can use your gear wheel for. Now you just need to open up navigation and go to any open world, okay? So right now, the open worlds include Plains of Eidolon on Earth, Orvalis on Venus, and of course, Cambodian Drift on Deimos. There could be more open worlds in the future, but if it's not counted as an open world and you can't use your gear wheel, in that area, then you cannot summon a Necramech there. There are exceptions to that rule, such as on Lua, there are 2 missions called Conjunction Survival that will let you use Necramechs on a timed cooldown. But for the purpose of this gameplay, we're going to go right to the Cambodian Drift on Deimos. Now, once we get here in this open world, we don't have to waste any time at all. We can go to a gear wheel slot, and I hit the wrong button, but you can go to your gear wheel slot, summon your Necramech, and you can get in your Necramech 2 ways, okay? One, you can go in operator or drifter mode, go up to it and, you know, go into it like you would go out of operator mode or drifter mode. They'll press 5 or press both shoulder buttons at the same time, or press the touchpad depending on what platform you're using. Or if you really want, you can just go up to the Necramech and then just press the button and it will automatically transfer there. Now your Warframe is going to stay behind, but your Warframe can't be destroyed at that time, so you don't have to worry. It's much like you were in operator mode, and now you can chill out with the Necramech. Now the Necramech does have like a stamina meter, so keep that in mind, but there are different abilities. Now this is the Voidric Necramech. I'll just show you the abilities. First ability is that. Let's see you throw like a canister thing. Next ability, mines. And then we have this, which makes you invincible for a short period of time, which is interesting, I guess. And then the 4th ability, which is what makes this Necramech borderline OP, you can literally go into like tank-esque form, which lets you just shoot enemies and whatnot. You could stay in this form until your energy runs out, which you can see in the bottom right hand corner, just like the Warframes. Though, yeah, essentially it functions the same way a Warframe does. This would be the equivalent of an exalted ability, and then once it runs out, it just takes you out of that mode. You can still stay in your Necramech, so you don't have to worry about that, not one bit, which is very good. And then if you ever want to go back to your Warframe, just go back to your Warframe, plain and simple. Then the Necramech, and this is the arc gun that we chose, and yes, the Necramech is shooting the arc gun that we chose in the very beginning of this video. And this is Necramech gameplay. Now there is no way to bullet jump, so there's pros and cons to using a Necramech over using a Warframe, but like I said, if you want to go back into your Warframe, just make sure you're far away from the Necramech when you transfer back, and then bada bing, bada boom, bullet jumping and everything once again. There we go. And yeah, that's just a rundown of what a Necramech is, how you get, just a quick overview. mostly because I know some of you guys might be returning to Warframe after a while, or you've been curious what people are talking about when they mention Necramechs, and yeah, so hopefully this has helped you in some way, shape, or form. And with that said, I will catch you guys in the future. Later.